Hi, my Matt channel, welcome. This video is a preview only of the new full instructional guide where I show you how to hand make perfectly chain type pair of cufflinks. They've got to be done really well because that in gold or platinum, that's a big old chunk of metal and they're very expensive. So if someone's paying a lot of money for these being handmade, you've got to do a really good job. So I'll show you how to do it, like perfectly polished, front, back, chain, everything solder joined, super neat, go through it all in great detail. So that's what the video is about. If you want to become a patron and see the full video, you got to follow the link in the description. It's from £5 a month and you get access to not only this one, but all of them. There's like over 20, so it's well good value. Just £5 a month, you get access to all these like full jewellery making instructional videos. And I go super in depth where you can ask other patrons in the comment section if you want, like how good they are. Like I get a lot of good feedback from the video. So from £5 a month, it's well worth it. It's a good deal. So I got some new patrons to say thank you to. We got Liz Nichols, Bonnie Bailey, Peter Strickland, Michael Ward, Dan Baldwin, and a new one, Chris Wolfer. Thank you very much, guys. Become patrons, so they've got access to the full guides and everything now. And if you become an official patron, you get exclusive content as well. So yeah, it's worth it. It's still cheap, even at £10 a month for all the work I'm putting in and making available. So yeah, so this is a preview, enjoy it. If you want to see the full video, links in the description, and yeah, click on that, become a patron, and you get access to the full video guide, simple as that. With it in my mind of being that thin looks weak and not high quality and cheap, you may as well go the opposite way and have something slightly too heavy looking, and then it looks chunky, well made, solid, will last a long time, worth the high price you're charging. So this has got to be papered really smooth and really well. Do that on both of them, obviously. Move down to a finer grade buff paper, just makes polishing it. It's quite an awkward thing to polish, and that's the next stage. So it just makes it a bit easier, a bit less time on a polisher motor if you've got it really smooth before you even start polishing. After that, I do give it a bit of a rouge. Just partly it cleans it up to a next level, and then you can really see if there's any scratches you need to get rid of, because they can still be hidden at that stage. But don't just go through the motions of polishing, actually look at what's going on with it, have a close look at the surface, and if there's any scratches and stuff, you've got to have the mind of wanting to go back and get it right. Just put it somewhere where it sits reasonably still. Start it off with my finger, just so I can feel what's going on, and then if it gets hot, I will get a little bit of leather and hold it down with a piece of leather, only because it just gets really hot. And ideally, once you start cutting, you don't stop. If you keep stopping and starting, you break saw blades, or you get unlucky, you can jump the position where your first saw cut was going, and you're putting two cuts on the inside of your jump rings, you're kind of ruining them. Just position that on and then just warm it up. And warming the plate up rather than trying to get the solder to melt on the link. Just can't speak when I'm concentrating. So that's really neatly soldered on there now, and I haven't really got to do any work around it. That's one side done. So this is an example of how I was trained up, not just on how to make stuff, but on how to perceive a higher level of quality. So now, after you've completed all that, now you get to tidy up those outer ones. Just hold on to it tight, being careful not to pull it too hard. You don't want to stretch anything, didn't mean to stretch, or unnecessarily stress out any solder joins. So they're kind of brutal to finish nicely, yeah? You can see like inside the links, this wouldn't happen in gold or platinum. If you look in that inner edge, doesn't look nicely polished, just because I didn't polish off that chalky whiteness. Kind of a losing battle really in silver, doing that kind of thing. But in gold or platinum, that stays there, so they look a bit better in a different precious metal. Yeah, you've got to be really careful not to let that bit bang against that bit. Even the chain, I think, to some degree can mark the metal.